south of France, nudging 80 degrees. A big afternoon for the Dragons. Another big contingent from Hull FC at the Stanfield Beverages. Catalans have lost their last 4 games, and interim coach Joel Tompkins changed fortunes in Perpignan. What can Hull record an astonishing 7th away Super League win already this season? What's happened so far in round 13 of Super League. With standing a Huddersfield fight back on Thursday. OKR far too good for Saints. Ditto Wigan against Salford. And Warrington holding off a capital comeback on Friday night. At half-time, and Headingley leads going well. 22-6 up against Wakefield. And of course, our game coming up on Sky Sports Plus. The big question already as we reach the halfway point of the season. Can anyone stop OKR and Wigan at the top of the table? They're racing away with it. Saints down to 5th. Wakefield still in the 6th. If Hull FC win here in Perpignan, they go 5th in the table. Catalans interim coach Joel Tompkins has run the changes in his backline. Revis Smith switches to fullback, Tommy Maitchison returns, and Aussie winger Nick Cockett is back and plays in the centre. Captain Ben Garcia is also back in the starting lineup, but the Dragons have lost Elliot Whitehead, injured in the warm-up. A double blow for the black and whites. Both John Asiata and Kate Cuff added to their injury list. Jordan Rappener, back from head injury protocol, fills in at halfback for Cuff, while Yusuf Aydin gets a nod at loose forward, replacing Asiata. Well, alongside me to this one, former Super League winner John Wilkin.
Yeah, good evening, Stuart. Good evening, everybody. Huge game here over in Catalans. 2 teams who've been in questionable form for the past month. How important might the man on the left of your screen be? Luke Keary really struggled to get going, critical of the competition, but hasn't crucially got going himself. Look out for his ability to put on points for the Catalan Dragons. He'll need to do that here tonight against a much improved LFC defence. Aidan Caesar, I'm interested to see how he goes for LFC here without the fulcrum of John Asiata in their team. That's a huge loss for LFC. Both massive outside chance to get into the grand final and win, but huge improvement for LFC this year.
Yeah, been remarkable, isn't it? We mentioned that stat, 6 away wins, yet to win at home this season. They've played most of their games away from home. They're going to have a block of 9 home games to go. But also a big day, you feel, for the Catalan Dragons. Steve McNamara departing the club last week. Joel Tompkins, their new coach, had a couple of days to work with them, and it was all a whirlwind, and it got away with them, didn't it, against the champions Wigan. But they reckon they've had a good week of training and a good week to put things right. Hull FC in their thousands yet again in Perpignan. Let's see if Joel Tompkins can turn things around for the Dragons.
Yeah, Joel Tompkins needs attitude and effort and discipline from a defensive performance from Catalan Dragons. That's what John Cartwright's got consistently out of LFC this year. An effort and an intent to how they've defended. A huge improvement in that regard. They conceded 33 points a match LFC in 2024. That's down to 19 in 2025. That's the improvement. And that's where Catalan have progressed, Stuart. Defensively, too easy to score points against in warm weather. It's warm conditions in the south of France. It's incredibly difficult to play in these conditions. The kicking game, both Caesar and Keary could be crucial.
Well, our referee is Liam Moore. Of course, will be very much in the mix to referee the Challenge Cup final at Wembley next weekend. James Vella is our video referee. Yeah, temperatures late 70s, just nudging 80 degrees in Perpignan on Saturday afternoon. So yeah, it's going to be tough conditions for the players as the game goes on. And we feel, we're coming up, this is round 13, that one of these clubs one
boys, please, from the
has got a really good chance of getting into the playoffs. The other probably not, but who's who? We might find out a bit more at the end of 80 minutes.
Yeah, I think LFC have vastly improved. Like I said, I've been amazed by watching how they've improved. Catalan just got somewhere to go to find some form in the season, but it's important to start well. These opening exchanges, Stuart, are massive. Physically, you've just got to be beyond the money, and that's maybe where Catalan have let themselves down this year.
There's never out with the opening burst for the Dragons, and one thing Joe Tompkins talked about was the speed of the game and the speed of the play the ball, and that's what they've been working on, and that's visible in the first couple of tackles. The ball with Da Costa, but having Ben Garcia back in business as well be a big help for the Dragons. Da Costa at dummy half in defeat. They lost 48-0 of course to Wigan, and he made as many tackles as that in the game. Alex Da Costa does a lot of good work in defence. The ball will go back to Luke Keary on the last. A decent opening set from the home side. Well taken by Martin. Under pressure though, 0-0, a minute gone.
Yeah, decent first set from Catalan Dragons. A glimpse into what their tactics are going to be. Direct, one out, down the middle of the field. Really challenging Hull to be physical and be aggressive with how they defend. 100-metre set in effect for Catalan Dragons there. Now LFC bogged down in their own half.
Yeah, Hull win, they go fifth, and that is a remarkable improvement, isn't it? We talked about those away games that they've won. You add to that winning at Wigan in the Cup, and they feel they should have won at Headingley not so long ago, losing in the last 30 seconds, didn't they, to a Ryan Hall try, but fast improvement. Amir Burrow, there is Caesar with the kick downfield, but straight to Remus Smith, and interesting, isn't it, the switch and change, the young to Bureau Bichet left down, Smith playing at fullback, Kotrick in the centre.
Yeah, a few changes. I think Bichet's come in and made an impact, but made lots of errors as well. Remus Smith is a big athlete. Look, he's difficult to handle, but great to have Kotrick back in. Look, you just choose up the meters for Catalan Dragons, incredibly hard to put down and generate some rook speed like this.
Well, here is Partington. The Super League top tackler, 509 tackles on Partington before today. Mountain of work every week. Now Farge, Laguerre for the Dragons. But a bright start, and as I said before, noticeable that they're trying to play this at a really fast pace, even in the heat of the south of France. That's a really good kick, and that's a brilliant take as well.
Will Price, wasn't it?
Price coming up from fullback.
Fantastically timed jump from Will Price. Interestingly choosing to leave Price at fullback for Rapana. There was maybe a question whether Price pushed up into the half. He's been really bright for LFC in that fullback position. Also good to see Rapana back. He takes a high shot here of Catalan Dragons. Good to see him back. It was a horrendous head injury we saw at Leeds. 11-minute stoppage. So he's got through all of the head injury protocols. The number one for Hull, experienced in the RL, just catches one high. That's not what you need after coming back from a serious head injury, but followed all of the protocols and deemed fit to play. What an exceptional player he's been throughout his career.
I suppose as well it says a lot of what John Cartwright thinks about Will Price and playing Will Price at full back. As you mentioned, the option to play, the temptation to play in the halves alongside Caesar with the injury to Kate Cuss, but he's been so good at full back the white egg. That's why Rapid is in there at the halves, I guess. SASA for the black and white. I think you know well lost the ball there. The referee Liam Moore saying that he did. Urban SASA pleads his innocence, but he's lost the ball. Chance gone for Hull FC. 0-0.
Well, he just didn't get to his feet. He tried to play the ball quickly. He's such a big man. He breaks 2 tackles at will. He gets in a position and he just plants the ball on the ground before he's managed to regain his feet. It's a clear penalty. But how good has SASA been for Hull? Second only to Vita Pangai Jr. in the offloads chart. He's been rampant with the try scoring.
If you're wondering how to do to Pangai Jr. is left out again. He was left out against Wigan, and now a mistake from the Dragons. So LFC SASC will get it back with Harder. Yeah. Joe Tompkins was saying it just feels that he's not on it, and his mind is not on it either. So he reckons he could well be back playing and using Pangai Guru in their next game. But it'll matter of an away trip to Hull KR. But interesting, Tompkins deciding that to leave him out once more.
Well, that's where SS trumps Pangai Jr. because he plays long minutes and he has real quality and tidiness to him. Obviously, just gifting possession to Catalan Dragons for a sloppy play the ball. But he's been disciplined and detailed. The question for me is how do Hull adapt to not having John Asiata in the team?
Well, we're going to find out. 8 tries, SASA, by the way. This is good work. And Aaron on the far side. Couple of tackles left here for Hull FC. First opportunity to attack inside the Catalan 20. It's a wild pass out, wasn't it? That's probably how they're coping without John Asiata.
Exactly. He's so clinical in those situations. His ball playing through the middle of the field is exceptional. Aidan Cecil just popped this in the corner. Should Catalan regather this? This is John Cartwright's trademark now. A tight and aggressive defence, just suppressing field position and territory for the Catalan Dragons.
It's been so effective.
Yeah, it's just a really simple way. Aidan Cecil galvanised behind his kicking game and be tight and disciplined defensively and restrict meters. It's such a simple philosophy. It works for Wigan. It's been working for Hull KR recently, and Hull have really improved in that area. As I said, averaging only 19 points from 33 points a game last year.
Yaha with the run. Again now for Ledrak. Yeah, the word is, what a knock on. John Wilkins to my right said knock on before the referee blew. There's no doubt there that Liam Moore got that one spot on. And the snake by Mathieu Laguerre and the black and whites, or the turquoise and whites, will get the ball back.
Yeah, and in midfield position too. So many tries get scored from set pieces. These are the sequences of play that you practice endlessly at training. Look, Carlan just coming up with 2 sloppy errors, 2 mistakes in attack, and it's just it's gifted. Let's see, the first real opportunity in this game. We're only 7 minutes in, and this will really test how Hull have adapted to not having Asiata there. He's been so integral to how they played this year.
All the responsibility is, as John mentioned, falls to Aidan Cecil, doesn't it? And he will be hoping with John Cartwright, and Hull will be hoping that Cesar runs the show, and there he is, without a shadow of a doubt, where he's come alive again. His career's been resurrected at Hull.
Yeah, and Asiata has had so much to do with that. Just putting Aidan Cesar in space, putting MNSS in space. But as we said, he's not there. And what I wouldn't like to see is Aidan Cesar overplay his hand here. Just get into the game, keep it simple.
Borough. And here is Cesar now. Price into the line. Good hands from Rapana. David Linton. McGann now with the tackle. Rapana from dummy half, and Will Price again in the line as they shift it to that right hand side. Cesar trying to kick the ball through. It ricocheted off a Catalan knee. I don't think it was played out. The referee agrees. So the last one for Hull FC. Partington again in there with the tackle with Chris Satine. Cesar. Heads up with Will Price. Now Amir Burrow. Great opportunity. SASA was brought down. Here's Burrow now. Cesar, can he be the architect? Great tackle. Brilliant tackle there. Will Price puts the pressure on Cesar on the last. Arrow is hit towards the corner. Ball goes backwards. It was Laguerre who couldn't hold on to it. Here's David Little. Real pressure now from Hull. On we go, and it's all set on that line. Rapana. Great chance for SASA. A yard or two out. When we extol the virtues SAS, 5 Super League tries, 9 in total, Hull hit the front.
Yeah, it's not a particularly quick run, but this is where SS is lethal. Just runs with a bit of venom, pushes over the top of Remus Smith. It's way too easy. Smith needs to make a stronger contact. Fullback can't stop SS, and you can be forgiven for not doing so. SS has ran over so many players this year in a similar situation. That's why he scored so many tries this year. Lethal when it comes to attacking the opposition's line, and a great start here from Hull. They didn't really get into any fluency in that attacking set, but does it matter when you've got somebody like SS who can just take opportunities like that? Before that, what a great defensive set it was from Catalans. Dragons almost picture perfect for Joel Tompkins, but just one weak contact and Hull fall to the good.
Errors as well. Errors have cost the Catalan Dragons in the opening 10 minutes for sure. And the pressure paying off. Don't forget as well that they've been kept scoreless in their last 2 games. The Dragons beaten 40-0 at Saints. And that was Steve McNamara's last game in charge, and in Joel Tompkins' first game as interim coach, and they're beaten 48-0 by Wigan. Caesar adds to 2, 11 minutes in. Hull FC leads 6-0, deservedly so.
Yeah, great start from Hull FC, and John Cartwright will be delighted of how his team have adapted to Asiata not being present. This is a big test for Catalan though. They're in the doldrums of confidence. Things haven't gone well for them this year. Hull FC go to an early lead. They'll be looking at Partington and the guys in the middle of the field to show a response here. What a big defensive setup.
Another crowd of over 10,000. Stanfield Bear Bruce as the support is still there for the Dragons in Super League, and all this noise and nonsense over the last month or two about Catalan, whether they should be in Super League or not. It's just that for me, nonsense.
Yeah, such a rich part of our competition.
For goodness sake, they've got the Challenge Cup and reached 2 grand finals in 3 years. And they now have to pay for other clubs to travel.
Get on the tourism board.
5. Move, Chris!
12 minutes gone, 6-0.
Goal 5. Score up, batter!
Burrow, the ball goes back. Plenty of time for Caesar to get the ball away. Makinson has had a checkered start to life at the Stanfield Bear Bruce's brilliant chase.
It's great effort, second effort from Rapana and Hardacre just to force Makinson back, and again that tight and aggressive Hull defence. Great contact from Chamberlain, great process here from SAS. That's controlled, that's slow, that's what you want to see from your defensive team.
Well, this is as you say, this is John Cartwright rugby. Without a shadow, at its finest as it has been in the opening stages. Aggressive in defence, especially when Catalan are inside their own half. Too much to get the offload out.
It was well read from Harvey Barron, wasn't it? Harvey Barron just stayed up in the square and spotted Makinson getting that ball free.
Already the last one, only midway inside their own half. Farge, under pressure from Rapana, gets the kick away. There is young Lewis Marshall. What a season he's had. 15 tries in all competitions.
Yeah, both him and Harvey Barron, really strong, powerful carriers of the ball, do an awful lot of industrious work. Barron gets into dummy half here. It's so important that your back 3 main meetings during the game, and these 2 young kids have really delivered for Hull FC in that regard.
Lewis Martin 20, Harvey Barron just 22. Very much the future. The Costa was in there to 40 error. They do make the error. It was a crunching charge by Ulrich de Costa.
Massive hit. Intent for de Costa to get off the line.
I tackle on Laguerre as well. Penalty to the Dragons.
Just Will Price just coming in to mop up. David Litton got beat on his inside shoulder. Will Price just comes in, certainly dropping in height, but just catches him high. Penalty. Let's see what Catalan can do. They've not had any possession in the Hull FC half. This will be the first opportunity to string some players together.
It's taken them 15 minutes to get this close to the Hull FC line. 88 points conceded in the last 2 games. 0 scored for Catalan. Here is Partington now. Keary looking to offload. Finds Farge. Here's Laguerre now. Through in Yaha. Yaha is pushed into touch. That was absolutely brilliant. The ball came out anyway. Fantastic defence from Hull FC. And look at the celebrations. And so they should be. Yaha, full of experience there, but was caught out.
Yeah, my question is, what was the purpose of Catalan pushing the ball out to Yaha there? Well, let's see, it obviously defended it. It was man on man. Somebody inside of Yaha needed to take that tackle. You're just running the risk of getting rushed over the sideline. It was Litton who led the charge and what we call it, he got underhooks on Yaha, stops him from dropping to the ground. It's a big play, and once you've got him in that situation, it's easier then for defenders to come in, add weight, drag him over the sideline. But just questioning what the objective of Theo Farge, the pass that ended up in Yaha's hands, what were they trying to achieve there?
They achieved that.
Hold out.
That's a really good tactic at the scrum, and it works. The push, the mistake from Borough, and Catalan will get the ball back. Well, that's something that they tried last week. It didn't quite come off against Wigan. The push at the scrum, but they get their reward here.
Yeah, old school. Old school. Just strange to see Herman SS not actually backing down, not binding, not providing any resistance, and that just let the Catalan Dragons really push the whole back off. So after being thrown in touch, this is a chance now for the Dragons.
Old school, and I love it. Great stuff from Catalan's pack. 6-0 Hull FC lead, but well, there's the chance gone. And now the break for Martin. He's got Price with him. He may not need it. Here is Martin rather. He's going to go. He's going to go the whole way. They go 95 yards. Lewis Martin capitalises on the mistake. 5 yards away from the Hull FC line. And they were away. And he was gone. And Hull lead 10 points to 0.
Poor execution. Catalan Dragons in the opening 17 minutes of this game just failed in terms of execution with the ball. Constantly made errors. 3 to 4 errors now made with the ball. They've not managed to get any consistent patches with ball in hand. It's a great try. 6th try of the year for young Lewis Martin. What a season he is having for the black and whites. It's Luke Keary. It's a dreadful pass from Luke Keary, who's been nothing short of average for this entire season. It's great reaction from David Leighton and a fantastic finish from Martin. Remus Smith, there's not much you can do. This is just a shocking ball. But great awareness from Leighton and then great support from Martin. What a start for FC, Stuart. But it's built off the back of sloppy Catalan and errors with the ball.
Well, as John mentioned, outstanding. 16 tries in all for the season for Lewis Martin. As soon as David Litton broke downfield, there was only one thing going to happen.
He was smart from Litton. He was patient. He could have. Will Price really pushed with him early doors in that break. He could have easily just fed the ball to Price, but he was patient. He just let the play unfold. And then Martin appeared with 10-0 with the kick to come.
And then a brilliant win in Perpignan all the way back in February in round 1 by 24 points to 4. They made a storming start there. Around about 1,500 Hull FC fans will be disappointed with that goal attempt from Caesar, but not from the start that their side was made. Approaching 19 minutes, 10-0 in front. And you have to say they've been excellent.
Yeah, tidy, tight defensively and tidy. Really controlled in that department. And then off the back of that, what have they done? They've just capitalised on the errors and the position and territory that Catalan have given them through being sloppy with the ball. Catalan needs to tidy up. Quick sharp. Just get tidy with the ball and give yourself a chance.
Well, they just haven't been in it. They have been masters of their own downfall, but Hull defence has been spot on, and the two chances that they've had inside whole territory, one ended up with Yaha being pushed into touch and losing the ball, and then John said, Luke Keary with that dreadful pass out, first pass, and now they give away, Babarak gives away a penalty, too late in the tackle there on Liam Wright. It really is not great from the Catalan Dragons.
Well, when you make errors, it's important then to back that up with a clean period of play. Well, the compounding errors with ill discipline with errors, and this is just in 80-degree heat in the south of France. Okay, they may be conditioned to those conditions a little bit better than LFC, but this is one way to wreck your energy levels come the back end of the game. You know, that's where Catalan will struggle here. This is energy sapping stuff, defending this onslaught from LFC.
Walkout backwards there from SASA, picked up by Knight. Rapidar going to dummy half, pushed out of the way by Amir Burrows, the former Hull star Chris Satai. They're threatening again, and each time they've been down this end of the field, they've looked very threatening and they've come up with points. SASA brushes aside Acosta. Romano had no chance either. He's a beast, Herman SASA. Couple of yards away. Rapidar it was brought down. It goes back to Caesar. That's a good teasing kick towards the far side, and it's not back and comes out to Martin. Can he squeeze over? I think the referee's blown up anyway. It may well have come off a whole hand in the end. Martin was threatening another try, and that is a huge relief for Catalan.
Yeah, David Litton's the target for all of Aitley Caesar's kicks and good ball. He's such a fantastic player under the high ball. He's a kick target, and both him and Martin benefit from the accuracy of Caesar's kick. Obviously knocked on by LFC, but that'll be a tactic you'll see throughout the season.
May well be a forward pass from Litton to Martin. That's why the whistle went.
Ball three, he's out, Amir.
But again, huge relief for Catalan. 55 minutes gone at Headingley, by the way. Leeds in front against Wakefield by 22 points to 12. 22 minutes gone here as Farge gets the kick away and Hull leading by 10 points to 0.
Yeah, Frank Marie is on for Catalan Dragons, and Chris Satter is a big ball carrier. He's just been on the field for 21 minutes defending. That's not a smart use of your resources. Primarily the team to carry the ball. Frank Marie now gets a crack at this LFC middle.
Briscoe does well. Tom Briscoe, 18 seasons playing at the highest level. How did you manage?
No idea. You're meant to research. Hey.
Yeah, let's go.
That's you. 10-0 Hull lead. 23 minutes on the clock. They've just been very good, haven't they? On the last, the ball goes back from Burrow to Aiden Caesar. Pressure on this, taken well by Fu and Yaha. 150th Super League appearance for Yaha, who, of course, is Catalan's leading try scorer. They can do with a try of anyone at the moment.
They just need to get into the game. She'll forget scoring points. You just need to compete in the effort departments of the game. You need to be clean and disciplined. Desiree on the field as well. So Catalan have rolled both their middles off. Took 20-minute stints in the middle for the starting Catalan forwards. And all of that defending.
Outside.
Favre kicking early. And again, a poor kick and well read and well taken by Will Price. Crunches into Mathieu Laguerre. And Laguerre has come off worse to wear there.
I know you're some helping, mate.
They will stop playing quite rightly. Mathieu Laguerre taking a huge blow. He just got in the wrong place, didn't he? With his head, and that certainly will be a head injury assessment. The way that he went to the ground, you doubt whether he would come back onto the field. That didn't look too good.
No, it's clean out. Not a chance, he will. It's the back in the field. It's a big carry from Will Price. Just the technique all wrong. Got the technique wrong and has paid the price here. As you said, 1,500 Hull FC fans made the trip over. Talk about the Catalan Dragons and what they bring to this competition. Well, it's just one of the most exceptional weekends for a rugby fan to get down to the beautiful city of Perpignan, Canet, Plage, Collioure, some of the amazing towns around that area, and Hull FC fans undoubtedly would have had a great few days, but what would make it all the more better is if we can see their Hull FC team get a win, and they're in a great position here. The game's up.
That's good news.
Yeah, he's going to go down and have an injury assessment. There's no chance that he will be returning here.
Yeah, that was well, it's good to see anyway, isn't it? He was up and able to walk off on his own because it looked like that he was out cold after getting his head in the wrong place trying to tackle Will Price. So Seguier has come on. Yeah, just to fill you in on the Elliot Whitehead situation, he felt his back, his lower back, in the warm-up, and wasn't really able to run, which is why Arthur Romano came into the starting lineup and Paul Seguier came onto the bench, but losing Whitehead is just another big blow for Catalan. Garcia in with a tackle along with Theo Farge. There's Ed Chamberlain, ball back to Caesar. It's a great kick from Caesar. Great kick. Just a little bit unlucky. That was a terrific kick from Aiden Caesar, but they'll be glad to see the ball roll behind the dead ball line.
Yeah, 7 tackles set. Just overcooked it, but Aiden Caesar's excellent at sitting back behind that 40-metre line and picking off the 40-20s. He's had a few this year for FC already. It's almost a great kick, wasn't it? But that might be just what Catalan needed.
They need a lift. They need something. They need something special. They've got the players to do it. Because Tariq Sims also not playing. He pulled a calf injury. Tompkins is still a way off.
I disagree that they need something special, Stuart. I disagree completely. I think they just need to compete and get in the game and show some attitude and effort and commitment in the simplest of ways. Nothing flashy. Just square up to FC and have a crack.
Players to produce a bit of magic.
It's not magic that's been missing from Catalan Dragons. It's attitude and effort and attention to detail.
They've come nowhere near to scoring in this game so far. 25 minutes gone, 10-0. We can agree to disagree.
Absolutely. But if Catalan think the quality of their personnel is what's missing, is what will save them here and get them out of this situation, I'll be very surprised if that's the messaging Joel Tompkins is using.
It will be. What I was saying is they have the players to do something.
But not if they're not turning up. Luke Keary, I'll give you as an example. It's a mistake here from Ashworth.
Ashworth drops the ball.
And this is where you suggest that the quality of Keary, of Remus Smith, should come out as a challenge here.
Yeah, I think they're going to challenge whether Ashworth has lost the ball or not. James Dallett is the video referee.
Challenge. Hull FC are challenging the decision of a knock-on. If we just play that again, please. We see multiple Catalans Dragons players in the tackle, focusing on the ball. Slow from this point. Slow. Looking to determine how the ball comes out. I'm looking for an intent to steal. Do we have any other angles, please? We just play that again, please. One final time. Looking to determine how this ball comes out. Okay. Just frame by frame on that one, please. Frame by frame. Okay, looking at Garcia's hand. Okay, frame by frame. Keep running it through. Okay, I can't see how the ball comes out, so the review is inconclusive. The on-field decision will stand, and Hull FC will retain their right to challenge.
Well, there you go, James Della telling us all that you needed to know. It's inconclusive, so Catalan will get the ball back, and John Wilkin, maybe one of their players, will do something very special and score a try.
Well, no, they just need to get in a period where they're in this field position now. Jack Ashton has given them some possession. Now, what they do with it is really important. The most important thing, 26 minutes into this game, is to build some pressure. Score points, yes, but build some pressure and get to the end of a set, because that's something they've just failed to do in this first half.
The point you made earlier on as well, in Luke Keira, they have a three-time NRL Grand Final winner who just hasn't performed to any real standard in Super League.
Well, he's gone from passing to James Tedesco and Joey Manu to players who are nowhere near that quality. It's a challenge for him. I understand how difficult it is. The language, such a change culturally.
So they needed to step up. You know, he is one of the superstars. He's a marquee signing, and that's what he's trying to do now. It was Reeva Smith joining the line. That was better with ball in hand from the Catalan Dragons. Here is Keary once more. Desiree looking for a way through. Amir Burrow and Ashworth in with the tackle. Burrow goes to ground. Da Costa right on that try line, on the last. Ball goes backwards from Da Costa, tipped by Keary, and then the pass from Reeva Smith. Well, Luke Keary did get involved there, but there was no chance whatsoever for Tommy Makinson. Great defence from Hull. 28 minutes gone, and they still lead 10-0.
There's the quality players that you're talking about. Keary to Smith. Smith throws them. Might as well have thrown a carrier back to Tommy Makinson. They'd have got there quicker. It's just not good enough. Reeva Smith played for Melbourne Storm in the NRL. You can talk about quality and pedigree all you want. I think the attitude of Catalan Dragons this year has been shocking, and I'd imagine if I was Joel Tompkins, that would be the one thing I'd work on. On the flip to that, Hull FC have showed real commitment and attitude here in the opening 28 minutes. M&S Esse, he's been massive, hasn't he? A big shift from a number of players from Hull FC in warm weather conditions, have played it almost perfectly. Not been really fluid in attack. They've not absolutely torn up trees with how they've attacked, but they've been efficient and paid this fixture the respect it deserves.
But defensively, they've been far too good for Catalan. And he said that Catalan haven't been very good at all with ball in hand. Here is Zach Harbaker. Takes play into the Dragons half of the field. Rappenar it is, who'll go back for the Caesar. That's another factor that I've noticed during this game. It's taken there by Reeva Smith that the kick pressure on Aid the Caesar has just been non-existent.
It's hard to get that. The rugby league's a cycle, and if you lose possession and you keep turning over possession, it takes energy away from you, and that stops you from doing those little efforts. So everything is connected in the game. And Catalan, unfortunately, have just lost the energy battle and given Hull FC every opportunity to get into this game and get ahead, and that's exactly what they've done. On the flip to that, it's been such a tidy defensive process. Again, 3 in a ruck here on Tommy Makinson. It's slow enough, and again, they try and make dual contact and commit numbers into tackles, and it's incredibly effective.
Desiree has made a difference since he's come on. Keary it is with the kick, and taken by Price and fell out with the back door to young Harvey Barron. But having said that, with 10 minutes to go to half time, it is 10-0, and it's only 10-0, and Catalan, I guess, can be pleased that it is only 10-0, and they're still in the game.
Absolutely still in the game, and all of the things they've got wrong can be addressed. I think half-time is going to be crucial for them. They certainly need to get into half-time at just 10-0 down. Only competed 7 from 11 sets. Only had 11 sets to 6 here, so Hull FC have dominated possession and territory, and are obviously dominating on the scoreboard as well. They've had 16 sets to 6 of Hull FC, so
Caesar it was with the offload for Harbaker. The Costa's in there, Keary was in there, Seguier was in there to bring him down. And here is Aiden Caesar again. A bit more pressure on the kick, but it's a brilliant kick. And Bounced awkwardly, didn't it? It was Barron who took it, tried to get the pass inside, but it went forward. But just for a moment, there was a chance here. Makinson got caught in no man's land.
It was a wicked bounce, wasn't it, of Caesar's kick?
Smith and Makinson, wasn't it? Yeah, could have been a chance.
Yeah. I said wicked bounce. These are tough positions for the Catalan Dragons to get out of. You look at that LFC defensive line. Comes back out to the wide shot. Just look at this defensive line.
Big hit. Wow, the ball goes backwards. What about that? Sam Essay on the field. Makes his mark was a thunder hit.
Massive shot, and I love how organised and disciplined this whole defence looks. It can certainly still be broken down, but when you get people who are shoulder to shoulder, committed and making dual contacts, it makes it incredibly difficult for Catalan to break them down.
Wakefield coming back ahead of me, 22-16, leads in front, 15 minutes to go. 10-0, Hull in front here with 8 minutes to go to half-time. Just looking at that bench, you know, Jack Ashworth who we mentioned, but Armford, Laidlaw, Essay, all 21 years of age.
I think when John Cartwright came in, one of the issues he had was he recruited a lot of old heads, a lot of experience, but the rest of the squad were just so young, so he had this polarity of his squad of age and experience and inexperience, and that's worked out really well. I think it's so crucial that Aidan sees a Hardacre and, you know, Essay, the more experienced sort of players, Rapinoes who've done me half years, they remain fit. It's so important as a guide for the likes of Lewis Martin, Hartley Barron, and those young forwards on the bench who you mentioned.
Laidlaw has come on. Matthew Laidlaw, local boy, 21 years of age, for Yusuf Aydin. And gingerly, Sam Essay plays the ball there, and he goes down here. That doesn't look good for Hull FC. We'll keep an eye on that. Jack Ashworth is brought down. Last one it is. The season will hoist one high. Look at the pressure coming in here. The ball went forward, I think, and the chase was superb from Rapinoe and Litton. It was on that far side of Barron.
Litton's come all the way off the left-hand side.
But you say that's the target.
Yeah, challenge for the kick, and Caesar knows he's putting it on top of Remus Smith. We see Sam Essay go into contact to just clash.
Collapse, didn't it?
Yeah. Doesn't look in a good way, Sam Essay there.
That'll be a stoppage in play. We were just saying what a big impression Sam Essay has made. Tries in his last 2 games. That is a worry for Hull FC.
Yeah, a nice impact defensively from Sam Essay when he's come on the field. You just see his knee buckle under. I think it's a knee clash. Clash of knees. He's sore. We'll take it from the field here. The physios and the doctors will have a good look at him, but he's a big ball carrier.
So Essay just come on, will have to go off. Catalan.
How often have we seen this picture this evening? Catalan playing the ball 10 in, 10 out. They've got to get on through the corner post. Ollie Parkinson, the Catalan forwards. Luke Keary's demanding that we get a roll on. It's so difficult, and that's the picture I love from LFC. So consistent with how they line up defensively. And again, this process. 2 in, 1 man chop. And the situation is so controlled.
At the moment, it looks like being 2.5 games without a point for the Catalan Dragons. There is Desiree and say he hasn't made an impression. Farge trying to get things going a little for the Dragons. Da Costa at dummy half. It was Garcia who was making the run. Already the last one on halfway. Here is Theo Farge. Will Price watching this one, watching it carefully, takes it well. 6 minutes to half time. He's lost the ball. Well, he did watch it carefully, but he didn't take it carefully on the run. And Frank Maria has given Hull a chance, or Catalan a chance to really test this whole defence. Rare error from Hull FC. Will Price it was, he put the ball down. 5 minutes to half time. Garcia, and here is Farge now. Keary with a little kick forward, charges on, and it's taken well by Barron. Has he managed to stay in the field of play? He has, and that's a wasted opportunity, is it?
It's a massive play from Harvey Barron. It's a huge play from him. He gets back, recovers possession, and then manages to get his ball carrying arm grounded infield. But with 5 minutes to go, that's a massive play from young Harvey Barron. Both him and Lewis Martin have been exceptional from what I've seen this year.
10-0 it is. That's as close as Catalan have come.
Release!
They've lost their last 4-3 in Super League, and of course in the Challenge Cup semi-final when they were well beaten by OKR. Price is kicked downfield. Here is Yaha now. Is the one last opportunity for Catalan in this first half. Keary.
You don't sound as well, mate. 2. Move Jordan! On the 10 Norwich, you don't sound. Well, 2.
John mentioned there's going to be a big half-time talk, I think, from Joel Tompkins. He was adamant this week that they found their feet, he said, as a group. They were focused. They come together in real belief, but that belief hasn't transmitted onto the field so far. Good stuff from Cottridge. But the offload was dangerous and taken by Mankinson only just. Cottridge quickly at dummy half. Here is Keary now. What sort of a kick is it from Luke Keary? Price couldn't get hold of it, but Hull still come up with the ball. 3 minutes to half time. It was Liam Knight who was in the right place at the right time. 10-0, Hull FC in front, and they get a penalty. Sort of sums up the half, doesn't it, for the Catalan Dragon?
Yeah, it's just a shoulder charge from Frank Maria. From David Litton. David Litton's had a really bright 2025 also. It just catches him high. Ill-disciplined. Yeah, David Litton, he's become a kick target for Hull FC. He had a tricky start to his career, didn't he? Came in, exploded onto the scene, and has really consolidated his form under John Cartwright and managed to get back into the team on a consistent basis. Produced some great performances, a great young kid.
It's been a revelation this season.
Yeah, and if you do one thing really well, it can almost make you indispensable for your team. And he just competes so hard on kicks. When you've got Aidan Caesar in your team, having somebody who's just going to pursue every one of his kicks like a bloodhound, it's effective. It's a shoulder charge.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it, from Frank Maria? That's why they're having another look at it. The original bounce was missed by Price and was taken by Liam Knight. It's the play after this that they're going to have a look at to see if Frank Maria challenge was illegal. Is it just a penalty? Is it a yellow card?
Yes, penalty.
Just a penalty.
Yeah, okay, more said 2 mitigations. It's interesting to know what the mitigations. Somebody shoulder charging someone in the head out, but
I think it was going down. Well, it's only a penalty.
yeah.
John Wilkin may disagree with it. Disagrees with most things.
Rugby draw. It's been a great performance from us.
Yeah,
Only 10-0, but that's the problem for them. They're just 10-0 away. They've probably been better than that, just 10-0 scoreline in terms of the way that they turned up here in the south of France. But half half-time's huge. For Joel Tompkins, it's a big half-time, not necessarily for the words, but just a chance for his team to take stock of what's gone wrong in that first half.
No surprise that Mathieu Laguerre has failed his head injury assessment test. He won't be coming back onto the field, so another blow for the Dragons. It's Price who gets the kick away to the corner, and it was taken well by Yaha. Just manages to stay in the field of play, but great pressure again from Litton and from Martin.
Yeah, he chases every kick, whether it's a lost cause or not. His kickers must love him because he can make average kicks look fantastic just by his effort. And again, we see Catalan just, how many times have they been in this situation, just coming out of their end, not really had any quality possession. What they have, they've squandered.
We haven't seen much quality full stop from Catalan. Last 30 seconds of the first half. Hull looking to go back-to-back victories in the south of France. Kiri under pressure does manage to get the kick away, taken by Will Price. And the Hull FC are up the mark with Price. That's brilliant from Price. Is he going to go the distance? Will Price with a sidestep. What a try! What a score from Will Price! You've just seen one of the tries of the season. Will Price with an absolute stunner. Hull FC extend their lead. Wow! Magical! Magnificent! And Hull are 14-0 up.
Well, that half-time that we spoke of that was going to be so important for Joel Tompkins has just got an awful lot more difficult. Will Price, he's been exceptional for Hull FC since he's joined. 2 tries, but more than that, just a threat with the ball. Runs, challenges defences to be good. With seconds to go in that half, he just caught the Catalan Dragons possibly trying to get to half-time. It's really poor. Tommy Makinson and Cottridge just have a play-off. Price is too strong, too quick. Great footwork to skin Reno Smith on the inside. With seconds to go in the half. What a play from Price. And how disappointing for the Catalan Dragons. Hull FC deserving this 16 points to nil lead at half-time. Great footwork and speed. Sensational from Price.
He picked the ball up probably 20 yards inside his own half of the field. And we talked about somebody producing something very, very special, with a moment of magic has come from Hull FC and from that man, Will Price. As John said, huge impression since joining Hull FC, and could yet turn out to be one of the signings of the season. And the Dragons look bedraggled behind the post, but that was sensational.
Yeah, just paying the price. You clock off against the ball runner like Will Price, you get caught out. We've seen it actually. George Flanagan for Huddersfield, you clock off against him, you get caught out. There's so many exciting players. French field, you just can't have players off in Super League or you get caught out, and Catalan Dragons have done it just before half-time.
No problem there from Aiden Caesar, and that will bring to an end the first half. And what a first 40 minutes it's been for Hull FC. Catalan Dragons beaten 40-0 by St Helens, 48-0 by Wigan, still haven't scored, trailing 16 points to nil at home to Hull FC. And Hull have been very, very good. All topped off with Will Price scoring a magnificent try right on the stroke of half-time. Hull are on their way, as it stands, to an incredible 7th away Super League win of the season. There's much for Joel Tompkins, the interim Catalan coach, to do. At half-time, Hull FC leading 16-0 in Birmingham. Welcome back to Perpignan. More of Catalan and Hull to come on Sunday, though. Big game in the NRL. The Roosters against the Raiders on Sky Sports Plus at 9:15. It's the Challenge Cup final. Super League return for round 14 on Friday the 13th of June with a couple of games. Catalans back in action against Hull FC, also at home against Cart. On Saturday, Super Saturday, 2 more games. Huddersfield against the champions Wigan. Big game as Leeds face Warrington. The 2 games on Sunday. Wakefield against Lee, Salford against Saints. Both of Sunday afternoon and both on Sky Sport Plus. What a first half it's been for Hull FC at the Stanfield Brutus. They deservedly lead by 16 points to 0. Those early tries from SASA and Martin, and that brilliant solo effort right on the stroke of half time from Leon Price. And 16-0 is no more than Hull FC deserved, John Wilson.
Yeah, it was an exceptional start from them, wasn't it? They took every gift that Catalan Dragons gave them. Started with SS's try on 10 minutes. He strikes fear and goal line defences. He's such a strong ball carrier. There's not much doing David Little, who's had a great game himself. It's just Burrow to SSA and a mismatch with Remus Smith, who's the fullback who's defending in the line. But comes off a 4-yard runner and he's still devastating. 5th try of his Super League season for SSA. How good has the Herminator been? The black and whites this year. Flips Navarrette's inside shoulder off, barges over Remus Smith. 10 minutes in, and that was a great 6-0 start for Hull FC. And they were just very consistent throughout. On the flip to that, Catalan Dragons woeful with the ball at times. The exceptional Litton, good presence of mind, with Price in support, with Martin in support, and just patient enough to pick the right pass. And Martin had the wheels to get away. Comes off the back of. That was a poor piece of play from Luke Keary off the scrum, error from Smith. And Litton, exceptional pick-up. And I just love this. He could have played there, he didn't. He was patient, he took his time. He knew that Martin would get on his shoulder, which he did so well. Martin with his 9th try in the Super League this year. He's had some season. Catalan just couldn't get it going. Whatever they did led to errors. He just wasn't good enough with the ball from Catalan. There were only maybe a couple of chances down at the Hull FC end. They just couldn't execute anything. And it sort of got worse for them as the half went on. Big moments, big matches require big plays. It's 10-0 at this stage. Can't emphasise how much of a big play that is from young Harvey Barron to get out of his own goal. You know, should Catalan get another set, easy score points. That's 10-6 at half time. Barron gets down on it. Presence of mind, get the ball carried out, round under himself and back in play. Sometimes all you need is a bit of individual brilliance. Take a bow. Will Price, wow, whack, right foot. 16-0, Hull FC, what a finish to the half. What a young athlete Will Price is. John Cartwright knows he's got a star in this man. Just keep on the field, keep playing him at fullback, and they'll produce results like that.
And also goes back to what we were saying right at the start, the temptation that may have been there to play Rappenar at fullback and move Will Price to the half, but not a bit of it. And I suppose sometimes stats don't tell the whole story, but they tell a story there.
Well, 56% possession for me is the big one. Hull FC dominated in the amount of ball that they had, and they were clinical and clean when they had it. And the flip to that, Catalan just fumbled and faltered towards that half time. Great start for Hull FC with penalties and errors. Just cost Catalan Dragons.
But there we go, the second half is underway. Is there any way back for the Catalan Dragons? Stay with us to find out. Hull leading 16-0. To Super Saturday on Sky Sports Super League. Hull FC 16-0 up at half time against the Catalan Dragons over in West Yorkshire Leeds have won again. They held off a strong Wakefield fight back to win by 22 points to 18 at Headingley. At 16-0, Hull FC in front here. Will Price's fabulous solo try on the stroke of half-time, making a big difference. And this is just to remind you what's coming up. The next round of Super League in a fortnight. 2 games on Friday, 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. OKR against Catalan, Hull FC against Catalans. 2 big games in the city of Hull on one night. All the action on Sky Sports Plus. On Saturday, Huddersfield taking on Wigan at 5-3, followed by Leeds against Warrington. The round 14 is completed on Sunday as Wakefield face Leeds. Salford take on the Saints. Both games Sunday afternoon on Sky Sports Plus. So 16 points to 0. There would have been an important half-time talk, I'm sure, from the interim coach, Joel Tompkins. Word is, as we say, that Tompkins is going to be given the job until the end of the season. After 8 years, of course, Steve McNamara departing the Dragons, and his exit details are still to be finalised. The word from the touchline. Side, Stan Gilbert, Brutus is John Cartwright telling his players to keep on starving. Hull FC on possession. John Tompkins, not surprisingly, far from happy. Asking the players, it's a good question to ask, you know. Are you the same players who turned up for training this week? It's up to you now to prove what you can do. He's putting the onus back on the players to come out and show some pride and passion and try and get back in this match.
I'll tell you, as a professional sports person, it's easy to turn up through the week and be good. It's incredibly difficult to do it under the pressure and scrutiny and the consequences of delivering on a match day, and they've just faltered in that department. I really focus on John Cartwright's message, right? Starve Catalan possession, starve the midfield position, and just stick to what's working. And there's a discipline to Hull FC to just stick with that process and not really try and find answers somewhere else. But for Catalan, you just want to see a reaction. Sam Esse back on the field, that's encouraging, isn't it? After what looked like a really
nasty knee injury,
yeah, so great to see him back on the field. But yeah, John Cartwright will be delighted with the scoreline and also the attitude of his players in a warm south of France.
I'll tell you what a good appointment as well. What a really good appointment it's turned out to be. An experienced coach and a steady hand on the tiller. And Hull FC just wanting improvement. You know, it's a great phrase, but it's a true phrase when it comes to Hull. It's evolution, not revolution. And if they can somehow get in the top 6 this season, whatever happens from there, that's a massive leap forward.
Yeah, Andrew Thurkel coming in has just given stability and confidence to everybody at the club, and John Cartwright's gone from being in an uncertain position when he first signed to having the backing and the security of 3 years to build a squad. And look at the difference. You know, people just want to feel safe in employment. You look at the difference now. Catalan Dragons have lost their head coach. They've got a series of players who are desperately out of form, feeling far from safe. So John Cartwright's biggest success is feeling calm and that feeling of security and safety for the players that he's going to be around.
Yep. Well, let's see what the Catalan Dragons can do at the start of the second half. It surely can't be any worse than we saw in that first 40 minutes. Maria it was who was tackled, and Luke Keary goes towards that corner, but it was a nothing kick, wasn't it? With an easy take for Lewis Martin. First couple of minutes of this second half.
Yeah, here's what he's aiming to do. He's just wanting to keep that as high as deep as possible. We see Mikey Lewis do it for OKR. Not giving you a chance to compete, but that's fine because it's deep. And look at Hull now. They're having to come out of their end. You know, 1 play 3 on the 20-metre line. And this is the cycle that Catalan just didn't master in the first half whatsoever. So
maybe a bit of a nothing kick, but it gives you opportunity to galvanise behind your defence to put a strong defensive line out there, and that's what Catalan have done so far this set.
Billy Bamford is on for Hull FC. There he is, young man, 21 years of age. High hopes they have at Hull FC for him. Ball goes back to Will Price, the star of the show, or certainly the star of the try-scoring show in the first half. Here is Makinson, looking to carve out some pressure and find some gaps. There haven't been many, have there? Smith brought down on halfway. 3 minutes gone in the second half. 16 points to nil. Hull FC in front. Of course, they're doing it without Kate Cust, and they're doing it without John Ashley Arthur. They're doing it very well.
Yeah, defensively have just shown up as well. I think losing SCR and Cust is more of a risk to your attack. He's managed to score 16 points and Will Price did every bit able to create opportunities. Cotterick's so strong. He's been one of the standout performers in a struggling team.
Makinson with a chip over the top, but it was well read by Will Price, and again you have to say it was a nothing kick, and it's a 7-tackle set for Hull FC, and here is Lewis Martin coming out from his own 20-metre line, and Hull FC 16-0 in front. His partner in crime on the other wing, Harvey Barron, and two disappointing sets from Catalan.
No, so, yeah, the first one I'm absolutely fine with. Luke Carey's great kick. It's deep and it's high. But that kick from Tommy Makinson there is just manufactured. It's either lack of communication or lack of discipline to get the ball in the right player's hands. And that's why you see Aidan Caesar just completely in control of that part of the game. He's now, as a halfback, sat behind his attacking players, pushing them, nudging around the field, and essentially setting up a good spot to kick from. He's always great when he carries the ball. Aidan Caesar has his best games when he carries the ball. Great kick.
That's a great kick downfield as well. Yaharu takes it only just on the far side. But read the play, read the gap, and again the same story as the first half, as John Wilkin pointed out. Look where Catalan are starting their set. But it's a knock on.
It's a play the ball. Tried to play the ball. I think they're unlucky.
It's Frank Maria or Romano. It was Romano.
I think they're unlucky here, Stuart. I feel like Romano's trying to get to his feet, and Esse nudges him in the back and pushes him back towards the ground. It's a strong carry from Romano. He just tries to pop his hips up off the ground. Sam Esse nudges him down. It's a tough call on Catalan Dragons.
Romano playing his 100th career game. He's made a big impression, hasn't he, the big man Sam Esse, and
if Catalan want anything out of this game, it's just imperative that they keep Hull FC out here. 16-0 is salvageable, 22-0 is fatal.
Caesar, Price coming into the line. Romano, who did well to bring him down. Here is Caesar once more. And Chamberlain for Hull FC, still leading by 16 points to nil. Have they got the chance here to perhaps put the game beyond Catalan? Barron cuts inside. Rapidar finds Caesar. And just knocks the ball up for Jack Ashworth. Safe option, just hanging on to it. Desiree was in there. Partington, as always, was in there with the tackle. Bamford goes on his own. Just shy of the line is he. Liam Moore signals the last tackle. Rapidar at dummy half. Caesar once more. Kick goes through. It came off a Theo Farge, but it's still the last. It wasn't played at. Now there's the kick to the corner from Caesar. Brilliantly taken by Litton. Chipped the ball forward and Farge to the rescue. Wow. Well, there was the kick and there was the danger. And it was nearly another try. Theo Farge coming to the rescue, but there's Litton again in the right place to take the kick.
Yeah, fantastic take. What was even better was just finding the kick repeat set here for LFC. SSA nearly getting it down. A crucial contribution there from Theo Farge, just managing to get his right foot out to that ball before SSA could ground it. Might have picked up an injury in the process. But it's another opportunity, another set of 6. And it's in these areas actually that John Asiata's absence is most visible, in these good ball sets, because he organises all of the middle section of the field, the movement there. Maybe not looking quite as effective, let's see, but we've got another opportunity here.
Well, they haven't won back-to-back games against Catalans for 9 years. They're well on the way here. Jack Ashworth. Strong in defence to Costa. Barnford it is. Look, at the moment, Holland doing what John Cartwright wanted them to do. The coach stifle them. Ashworth, the ball goes backwards. I think that may well have been a knock-on by Hull as well. And the referee will say first knock-on from Ashworth. Playing with the ball went backwards. Nathan Caesar is going to challenge the call as to whether there was a knock-on or not by Jack Ashworth. James Zeller is our video referee. He'll have a look at this with Hull leading 16-0.
Are challenging the decision of a knock-on by Jack Ashworth. So if we just go back, please, to the touch by Ashworth. Play that again. Just go back, please, to the touch. Okay, yep. So here and slow. Okay. If we can look from camera 3, please, for perspective of the direction of the ball.
That gets on the turn. It's rubbish.
Okay, this is the best angle.
He's left his hands and knocked on.
Slow. It's touched by Ashworth.
Isn't it? So it's a knock-on.
And the ball
you made the right decision.
Backwards. The ball there is knocked on by Catalans Dragons, and then the whistle is blown by the referee. The challenge is successful. Kiwi knocks on after that on the floor, mate, so I'm going to go with a knock-on.
Successful for LFC. The ball did go backwards, so it's a knock-on by Catalan. And that means that Hull will get the ball back. 9 minutes gone in the second half. 16 points to nil. At the moment, LFC are 3.
Yeah, cruising without a doubt. Fortunately there from Jack Ashworth, 2 full contributions to a mini game on the just the lack of focus there that brought the referee into it. He just dribbled it forward. So fortunate for LFC this is where you want to see what the answer is for Wolves' attack for the next maybe 4 to 6 weeks. We're going to come up with something that's just a bit more depth, a bit more direct. If anything, it just looks a little flat.
It was noticeable there, they were binding and holding on and pushing back at the scrum just in case the Dragons tried the scrum push once more, as they did with some success in the first half. Barnford and Price, here is Caesar now. Rapinoe brought down 10 yards away from that Catalan line. It was Hardacre and now Caesar. Essa, what pass from the big prop forward. And eventually comes to Lewis Martin. But brought you! And that's a brilliant try if he can get to the line. Has he, Lewis Martin? Managed to get the ball down. He stopped just short. How about that from Sam Esse? Here they come again with Price. And the ball goes to Litton. And has Litton managed to get the ball down in the corner? The flag was up. It may well be that he had a foot in touch. All the fun of the fair in Perpignan. 50 minutes gone. The video ref will have a look to see whether this call in the corner is a try or not. No try on the field from Liam Moore. judge spotted it straight away. David Litton did have a foot in touch. But what about that from Sam Essay? He's been terrific, hasn't he? We thought he wouldn't come back in. He had real pain apparently in his ankle, but that pain has gone, and he's made a big impression at the start of the second half. So 10 minutes gone in the second half. No trying is. The Hull still dominating and still leading 16-0.
It's good scramble from Catalan, really, in the end. They've done well here to keep all out. It's crucial for the game that they did that. Just some connection in how they defended and managed to repel Hull FC.
They did. Yeah, not just Litton, but Martin.
Yeah. Fujiyaha comes up with a big tackle, and then they get the right edge defence together and manage to force Litton into touch. It's better from Catalan.
Spent a big part of the season set on the road. They've got 9 home games still to come. They could be handily placed to make a big push for that top 6. And they'll go 5th, by the way, if they do win this. Reminding you, 5th in the table would be astonishing. And the last game of the season at home in September against Catalans. Here it is with the kick, and Price takes it. 1, 2, 3, juggles. All's well that ends well.
It's just again, Kiri just finding a good kick and a deep kick. This is where the conditions can start to bite. We see Jack Ashworth there wandering through shot. It's warm. This is where maybe Hull FC could tire. We saw them tire against Leeds, didn't we? They were out to a great win. Obviously, they've really dominated, haven't they, in terms of carry meters, physically. Been at the races, whereas Catalan just lacking in that department, both in territory possession and then their ability to make meters once they've got the ball. This is where the game can start to bite.
Release it in 5 above the knee, but be careful then.
Desiree and Maria in with the tackle. It's Will Price who gets the kick away. It's a good bouncing kick as well. And taken by Yaha, who loses possession. Martin picks it up. Well, he was tentative, wasn't he? He never really attacked the ball to try and pick it up with any authority. Yaha with the error. What an opportunity for Hull.
I just don't know what that is. That's just awful. From Yaha, it's awful. Just give Hull the game here. Just here you go, Hull. It's yours. Take it.
Well, they're threatening, and they've been threatening most of the second half, as they did for long periods in the first half. SASA and Caesar once again. Ball eventually finds its way through to Barron. Barron with a jinking run. The young winger does well. A couple of yards away from the Catalan line. Catalan are hanging on. Barnford. Ball goes back to Rapidar. Caesar now with a little kick through for David Litton. Has he managed to get the ball down or not? Litton is celebrating. He thinks he's scored. A 4th try for Hull FC. We're going to have it checked by the video referee, James Feller. It's a try on the field. It was an error by Stuart Yaha, and James Feller will make the call. Hull think they've got another.
Chases to the left onside. Go now through to the grounding, please. Camera 6 and slow. Camera 6 and slow. So we've cleared the onside, offside. Now through to the grounding. The ball's bouncing. Can go slow on that again, please. Focusing on the grounding. Ball's in the air. We just play it frame by frame. Need to ensure that there is downward pressure and no separation. So frame by frame to the ball in the air, still in the air. No separation at this point. Keep rolling it through. Yeah, frame by frame, please. We just see from the opposite side, please. Camera 5. Camera 5. We have a live decision of try. I need sufficient evidence to prove that there is separation. Can just play that one again, please, and frame by frame. Frame by frame on the grounding. So does he ground this ball? Okay, you can see the hand on the ball at that stage. It goes blurry, and I can't see from that stage. So based on the live decision of try, there is insufficient evidence to overturn. I've made my decision.
Well, there you go. Good call from the ref and a good call from the video referee. That might just be that. Try on the field. Try given by the video referee. And David Litton, who's had an absolute stormer, adds 4 points to his tally. And Hull go out to 20 points to nil.
We've got Herman SS, Sam Esse, and then we've got 4 essays for Hull FC, 4 tries here. Sorry, apologies. I'm really sorry.
Even I think that's good.
Well, it's a great kick from Caesar, and David Litton, we spoke about his chase, his willingness to chase everything, and look, it comes up with a try this time, but he gets that because he's chased every single one of those kicks with venom, an intent to just get there and put pressure on Catalan, and that's why he deserves that try. It's an exceptional kick from Caesar, who just spotted the fact that Yaha had come up on the end of the line. Marvellous kick from Caesar, just toying with Yaha's position. Litton just with the chase that he's delivered every single time. Love kick the ball.
1,500 Hull fans singing loud and proud at the opposite end of the Stanfield Bow Brutus. And so they should. You have to say it's been a wretched performance from the Catalan Dragons. The Yaha with the mistake. Caesar here looking to add the 2, and he does. 55 minutes gone, and it's 22 points to nil.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Fluid Yaha error. I just struggled to think what he was thinking. He dilly-dallied, Litton got to him. It's just an awful look. It's a shocking look. That gave Hull FC the field position. Great chase from Litton, great try, execution from Hull, sloppiness from Catalan Dragons.
On the side, we've had some essays and more essays, and the upshot is 22 points to nil, and it's been a terrific performance from Hull FC. It's been not so good from the Catalan Dragons.
No, focus on what Hull FC have done. Look, 22 points is great, but they've just aimed it physically here, and that's the difference between the two sides. Ultimately, the attitude and commitment physically from Hull FC has just been really consistent throughout the game. Esse with such a big carry, he's so hard to handle and takes so much energy out of defences just by how difficult he is. This man, Esse, he's had a strong impact as well. Physically, all have aimed up, and John Cartwright will be delighted with that.
Pricing is on the last with the big kick downfield, and it was Remus Smith who was slotted into fullback, and John Tompkins reckoned that Guillermo Euro Bichet just needed a week or 2 off. He's been in the firing line, hasn't he, the young fullback? There's no doubt he's going to be a terrific player. They've been beaten in all aspects of the game today, Catalan.
Yeah, absolutely. Just beaten to the punch in effort and enthusiasm, in quality, execution, all aspects of the game. You're right, second best. There's some soul searching for Catalan Dragons. There's 24 minutes here, and it could get messy for Catalan, but Hull FC will be delighted with just how his team's going.
Satai back on the field. Chris Satai, of course, 97 games in 5 years for Hull FC. Kicked downfield, taken again by Will Price. There's still some speculation, quite a lot of speculation as to where Chris Satai will be plying his trade in 2026. But he's on the losing side at the moment against his former club. Coming up to 58 minutes gone, 22 points to nil.
Yeah, there's an interesting
interesting storyline that's going to play out as the year goes on. Lewis Martin, who plays the ball here, can only play 2,000 minutes before you stood down.
Explain about match limits. It's been a story that's developed in the last week or so.
Yes, for Harvey Barron and for Lewis Martin in particular, once they play 2,000 minutes, they have to be stood down. Martin on his own is at 1,200 minutes, which means he might not be able to play the fair few games at the end of the year. So it's just designed to protect players from load. But just interestingly, how many of those great young players, Junior and December over at Wigan, will it affect him? And there's a few here for LFC, thinking Barron and Martin in particular, and David Litton, who could really affect as the season rolls.
Is it all to do with age?
Yeah, under 22 and over 22, different benchmarks. But that story will roll on, Stuart, as the year goes on.
Absolutely, because it's going to become significant, isn't it? Good point. 22 points to 0, approaching the hour. Is there any way back to Catalan? Seguier was brought down, and Da Costa and Keary now, and there is Cottridge. 9 years at the Canberra Raiders, manages to get the ball out of the tackle, and then it was Remus Smith who was holding back Essay. Sam Essay has been outstanding in this second half.
Look at the difference in desperation and fight between Sam Essay and Remus Smith. The contrast in these two teams is shown here. Remus Smith doesn't react, then pulls him back. Essay is fighting to get to that ball. That's the difference. Sam Essay's effort to get to the ball, Remus Smith trying to shortcut his way to get the ball back.
Good spot by the ref. Our goal, 22 points to 0. Hull FC. Well, in front, in control, dominating, and just to use a word that we used 15 minutes ago, they are cruising. It has been surprisingly easy for them, but the effort, they're getting the rewards for the massive efforts that they put in.
And it's the little details. Harvey Barron getting out the in goal in the first half. Sam Essay competing to get possession back there. David Litton competing on kicks. It's that willingness and the spirit to compete that John Cartwright's really just instilled in this Hull FC team, and it's impressive to watch them to do it consistently and do it week in and week out. It's what I've loved about Hull FC this year, and they want to close this out. This is an important 20 minutes for John Cartwright, because although it might feel like the game's won here, he has to work on developing a plan B for not having John Seattle for a period. And it's really on Caesar and Price and all of the key decision makers with the ball to just find a bit of rhythm.
There was Caesar, there was Price. Howard gone. Chamberlain plays the ball. Price brought down. They're in good field position again. Essay for Caesar. Rapidar after Briscoe was brought down. Matty Laidlaw. Caesar, Price, good hands. Martin just couldn't hold on to it.
So this chance from Martin, Stuart, I think the pass from Litton has to be taken. Once Martin gets one hand to this, he's got to reel that in. Slightly out in front of him. We spoke about those two. What a young left edge that is. Litton and Martin, exceptional. Just compete for everything. They're in that stage of the career, Stuart. Talking about people enjoying themselves. There's some OC fans who have had a great time in the south of France. Young players just enjoying the stage of the career. And speak about the strength of John Cartwright and what he's brought. Well, he's almost got that paternal figure instinct that is nurturing for young people. You can see it. He's got a calmness to him. And he's bringing the best out in some really young athletes in this LFC team.
Very passionate man as well, John Cartwright. About his players and about his team. Says our Rouge is on, and here he is. Now it's Keary. Seguier had nowhere to go. Well read by Rapidar and by Barron.
it's no joke, Will Price. His speed and his effort. Look at Remus Smith. Remus Smith's effort is embarrassing, but Will Price does exactly what he needs to do. He spots space and opportunities and he takes them. As soon as Will Price kicks off his right foot, he knows Catalan are lazy. He knows Catalan defenders don't want to get involved in tackles. He knows they're not going to compete, and he just takes advantage of it. Destroys a woeful Catalan defence, a woeful defensive and attitude effort from Catalan Dragons. David Litton is competing for try celebrations, not only for kicks. Excellent from Price, stunning in broken field, as you said, Stuart. He's lethal. He's lethal.
He comes from good pedigree, doesn't he? His dad was a fair player, Leon, in his time. But his sign, as I mentioned earlier, that Will Price could turn out to be.
Yeah, and his dad Leon had that big rangy sort of step. You know, could jump maybe two defenders when he stepped. One of the crucial differences, I think Will's got genuine pace. You know, Leon, not a player Leon Price was, by the way, exceptional, great guy to play alongside. And his son here, Will, is doing an exceptional job. And just, it's so important. Last night we saw the impact of Mikey Lewis and how important it is having somebody who can break tackles, create things. We said about Field and French, George Williams. Every team's got them, and we'll just recruit along with Price.
Could turn out, as I mentioned, to be one of the best signings of the year. Caesar adds the action from 28 points to nil. And the Catalan Dragons are 15 minutes away from the humiliation and embarrassment of being nilled in 3 consecutive Super League matches.
Yeah, disappointing. Look, the 28, the nil is concerning. The 28 for me, it's not acceptable. Not at home, not in front of 10,000 plus fans who turn up. The demanding of the Catalan Dragon supporters. Bernard Glass should be looking at the investment he's made in this squad and just wondering what's happened.
To go, 28 points to nil. OFC are going 5th in the Super League table. Partington can see the penalty. It goes from bad to worse. Yeah, they're going to go 5th in the Super League table. They're going to win a 7th consecutive, or 7th total, I should say, Super League away game. If only they could win at home.
They need to get going in that regard, don't they? It's 4 defeats and 1 draw at home, or on the road, and they've been exceptional, as you said.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, they've also won brilliant at Wigan in the Cup. We feel they were lucky not to win at Headingley for that last gasp winning try. You and I were there for that, weren't we?
Yeah.
Ryan Hall scoring in the 80th minute. Here is SASA.
Yeah, that whole stadium with 14,000, 15,000 fans, it's a big atmosphere, isn't it? And it's obviously bringing the best out in the opposition teams that go there. John Cartwright won't be too concerned about the home form just yet, but the longer that rolls on, the more of an issue that can become.
They give it a bit of pace. How about this? He's got support as well. And Tom Briscoe will stroll over for another Hull FC try. The veteran Zach Harmaker rolling back the years with a little sidestep and a little shimmy. And Tom Briscoe gets another Hull FC try. It's going from bad to worse for the Catalan Dragons. It's interesting now because Briscoe is approaching a record from the aforementioned Leon Price. More about that in a moment, but more about this.
Yeah, it's never and Chris Satai, they're just throwing it in. It's unbelievable vision again from Harder. He'll be shocked at how easy it was for him. He just put his foot down and just punctured holes in the sloppy Catalan defence. And Briscoe with an exceptional follow-up, great support player. Look at Hull FC celebrate. What a performance and a result for Hull FC.
John, they're a team. They're a team and they're a group that are together, and that's self-evident.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. There's something that connects them all. Whereas when we look at their opposition, they look like a group of despondent individuals who have no appetite to help each other out. You know,
But just to try for a man who's played his 18th season at the age of 35, and it's also his 98th try for Hull FC. Maiden season is surely going to have the extras, and there's still 12 minutes to go. 12 minutes of agony and suffering from the Catalan Dragons. Walloped 48-0 by Wigan, thrashed 40 points to nil by St Helens, and now being hit hard by Hull FC by 34 points to nil.
Yeah, just dominant from Hull FC. An element of patience. Points haven't necessarily been easy to come back, but they've just put Catalan in a vulnerable enough position where they're gassed, they've got no energy. 17 sets completed out of 26 for Catalan. 6 or 7 errors. They've just never been at it, never been in the fight. But from minute one, it's not been something. I think their attitude's been off from minute one, and Hull FC have just spotted that and exploited that. And a stark contrast in effort.
Do you know what? I think that'd be the biggest disappointment for Joel Tompkins, because he was saying when I spoke to him in the week that they trained really, really well. It was as if they pressed the reset button and they were all in it together. A rare error this time from Will Price. A wry smile and an apology. 11 minutes to go. Can Catalan get off the dreaded zero?
Yeah, an error from Will Price. His first error of the game. 2 sparkling tries from him. Exceptional. Just to take advantage of the holes in this Catalan defence. Some soul searching, you're right, for Joel Tompkins, obviously new into his position and looking to make an impact. He's taken over a legacy of what's been poor for the last maybe 12, 14 months. So that'll take some time to really bed in any change. But if they keep practicing well, they keep turning up to training and trying to address some of the issues that they're having, of course they'll improve, but you still need to put it together on a match day.
The Kiria's gone off. I'm not sure if it's an injury or not, but Kiria's off, the Costa's on. Here is Fars and Remus Smith. Hull will be desperate to keep the Catalan Dragons scoreless. Less than 10 minutes to go. Fars once more. Chris Satay against his former club, right in front of the post. Can Hull keep Catalan out? De Costa. Fars with a long pass out to Makinson, and Makinson may well have scored. And Makinson special in the corner. Brilliant dive for the line by Tommy Makinson. We're just going to double check it. They may well have gone off that dreaded zero, but we shall see. So don't try on the field. The question is, did he keep his foot in touch? James Dalla is the video ref.
Tackle four, live decision, no try, frame by frame, and pausing it there. Go back and pause it on the... pausing it there. The foot enters touch. I've made my decision. Yes, I refuse it.
Things are not going for you, things are not going for you. The foot in touch. Great spot, I have to say, by Liam Moore. No try on the field, no try confirmed by the video ref. And Catalan still can't get any points on the board. It was a great effort from Makinson.
Yeah, great call from Liam Moore. He spotted it and excellently dealt with from James Vella. Quick, prompt, let's get it done, let's get the game on. That's exactly what we want to see. Great refereeing, and almost from Catalan Dragons, but almost isn't quite good enough. Got credit to scramble. How many Hull FC shares got into that frame, by the way? We've got 3 guys scrambling like mad. The game's done. We could be forgiven for just letting Catalan waltz in the corner on there.
61% possession for Hull FC. Says it all. Catalan, by the way, the next 3. Hull KR away. Wow. The back-to-back home games back at the Stade Gilbert Brutus against Lyon and Huddersfield.
On one of our games earlier in the year, we said they wouldn't win till round 16. You know, that when we were talking about the demise of Steve McNamara, round 16 was the next game that we thought that Catalan could go and win, and it's playing out, isn't it? The issue for Catalan is the nature of defeats, the points that they're conceding. And let's just talk about LFC in 2024. Long kick here from Aidan Caesar. 9 times last year, LFC were beaten by 24 points or more. Now these two teams, it's almost contrasting. There's the fixtures there, OKR, Lee, tough. Then they've got another tough 2 games, 17, 18. You know, there's only that Huddersfield game in there that you think Catalan are target to go and win. The others are going to be a real challenge. But yeah, the nature of defeats is what's concerning for the Catalan Dragons.
It's a thankless task, isn't it, for an interim coach, Joel Tompkins. We'll speak to him at the end of the game, no doubt about that. He will front up, and he's got a couple of weeks now to work with the players before that next game away at OKR. But 7 minutes to go.
6 again.
Getting thrashed 34 points today. Da Costa on his own from dummy half. They get a repeat set, 6 again. Always looking to offload. Rich Da Costa. Rouge now. Here is Seguier. But they'll hope to have the likes of Bousquet and Sam Tompkins back pretty soon. Siranin, Tariq Sims. Nearly through there. Wasn't it Rouge? Put his head down and he's still going. Rouge pushed back there by Price just as he was trying to put the ball back there. It says Rouge. Last one. And they're going to get a penalty. They were offside at the play the ball, interfering as well with Rich Da Costa just trying to get the ball away. Yusuf Aydin may well have been the guilty man, so still a chance to put points on the board for the Catalan Dragons. Here is Desiree and the ball goes to ground. That, ladies and gents, sums up the Catalan Dragons day. And it's 34 points to nil with 6 minutes to go, John Wilkin.
Yeah, it's ugly, isn't it, for Catalan? LFC's next fixture as well. They've got quite a nice couple of weeks coming up. You'd expect them to get a result at Castleford, although they've got a great show. They're scoring 24 points against Warrington. What's Salford there is then almost a foregone conclusion that they'll be getting thumped. And then Warrington, St Helens, Wakefield. So 16, 17 and 18 is a tough little run. And if you want to finish in the top 6, and say that LFC have got to be winning 2 of those 16, 17 and 18 round games, but LFC have vastly improved in so many areas. And credit to Richie Marler and Andrew Thurple for smart recruitment of experience that's just given them a calmness and a discipline that just...
Ball goes backwards from Desiree. The error from Ratanat gives the Catalan Dragons the ball back. Can they score some points? Is it going to be a 0 for the 3rd consecutive game? But it's certainly going to be a 5th consecutive defeat. Da Costa. Safai. 8,500 inside the Stanfield by Brutus. And a hefty contingent from Hull FC. Da Costa from dummy half. The points for Catalan. Fars looking to find a way through. Good defence from SASA. Da Costa again. Rouge for Cotrick's Magmakinson.
Good scramble again for LFC, just getting numbers in the frame, shutting everything down the Catalan throat.
Last one. Is it the last chance? 4 minutes to go. Rouge towards that try line. Well taken. Brilliantly taken. Is it Martin? No, it's not. It's Litton. What a game he has had. It does look like big nil. 4 minutes to go, John. This has been some performance though from LFC. Take nothing away as poor as Catalan have been, and they have. Hull have been excellent.
Yeah, I mean, in years gone by, going to Catalan it's so tough, so hard to get results in Perpignan. It's not like that right now, but Hollister have done everything that's required of them.
How about that from SASA? 30-yard pass, 34 points to nil. In the cold, well, it wasn't so cold in Perpignan in February, they went 24 points to 4 in round 1 at the Stanfield Bridges. They're going to beat Catalan in back-to-back games for the first time since 2016. 7th away win, 5th in Super League. Great turnaround.
Yeah, so Tommy Makinson, a few shouts to people who've really tried. Tommy Makinson's had a crack, you know, he's really had a dig. Interestingly, Luke Keary off the field now, yet to find out whether that's an injury or he's just been dragged, says a Rougeon in his place. It's either an injury for Keary or he's got the hook off Joe Tompkins.
Yeah. Just over 2 minutes to go. Last tackle, Maria plays the ball. In a tussle with Biden, DaCosta. Downfield it goes. Perfectly positioned there from Will Price. 2 minutes to go. So before we go off air tonight, we will speak to both coaches and the player of the match. That was a big hit, wasn't it, on Harvey Barron, but he looks to be okay. Briscoe at dummy half. A minute and a half to go. Well, still a chance then. Mistake from Hollister, that was sloppy. So it gives Catalan one last chance, and it was interesting now a grapple between the former Canberra teammates, Rappenar and Contrich. Hardacre eventually brings the Aussie down.
And John Cartwright will be desperate for his side to hold on to that 0 here.
Absolutely.
You know, just keep that commitment. They've been a bit sloppy with the ball here in the last 10 minutes, but if they can keep Catalan to 0, John Cartwright will just be delighted, Stuart. Just a round off a defensive performance to be proud of. The 0 will mean almost more than that 34 points to him.
Better believe it. Farge and Rouget, Aaron Smith, Litton is stopping the run. And Romano on the far side. 30 seconds to go. Cesar Rouget, Ashworth and in with the tackle. Maria Farge with a little kick through, and when the ball bounces along the ground, it's a knock on, and Hollister celebrate. You can see the celebrations there for the black and whites at the end of what's been a fabulous day. Rappenar and Chamberlain, high fives all over the place. It's very loud at the Stanfield Brutus, and that is that. A fabulous victory for Hull FC. They go 5th in the Super League table. 7 away wins in Super League this season for a team that hardly won a game over the last 2 years. For the Catalan Dragons, another humbling and humiliating experience as they're nilled for the 3rd consecutive Super League game. Beaten 40-0 by Saints, 48-0 by Wigan, and now 34 points to nil by Hull FC. John Wilkie.
Yeah, Hollister just delivered. Came to the south of France in warm conditions and just delivered a performance that the fans can be proud of. Now 1,500 Hull fans made the journey down to the south of France, spent hard-earned money to make that trip, and you understand why, because there's a reciprocal effort from the team that have gone out there to reflect the support that they're getting. Remarkably, Hull, second bottom in 2024. The support that they've got and the numbers at which that support has come back and the speed at which that support has come back is incredible. And I think John Cartwright is building something really special. From second bottom to playoff contenders, it's been a remarkable transformation. But what of the Catalan Dragons? Where do they go from here? That's the question. How do they get out of this? They missed out on the playoffs last year, finished 7th, 8th in the competition, and they look so far off the playoffs right now, Stuart. It's scary.
Well, yeah, it's been a sobering experience, hasn't it, for the Dragons? There we have it. Hull led 16-0 at half-time. Tries from SASA Martin and a brilliant solo effort from Will Price, who did the business, going 90 yards for another fantastic effort in the second half. Litton, what a game he's had, by the way. David Litton with a try, and then Tom Briscoe with his 172nd Super League try, wrapping it all up.
Yeah, Fujiaha's error at the start of the second half, and that just was consistent throughout. Made the mistake, and this was the Litton try on 54 minutes. Just exploring that left edge. It's a great kick from Aidan Caesar. David Litton, he typified everything that was good about Hull FC here. He was fantastic. He competed so hard for everything, and his effort and his attitude and his commitment to his teammates, I thought was exceptional. So good. Celebrated, rightly so. Yeah, there's competition for who was the best player on the field, without a doubt. And Will Price is right up there, isn't he? What a performance he had. I'll draw your attention to the sloppy defensive effort from Remus Smith again. Once more, it's a car crash. The more you see it, the worse it gets. The more you see Will Price's finish, the better that gets. Exceptional pace from him. That was his second try. He's got 2 absolute bangers in this game, using all his speed, his footwork and his vision, and just doing it so well. We spoke about the ability to break tackles. Well, Will Price has showed us here this evening how important that is in Super League, and he carved open this Catalan defence. David Litton celebrating like a madman. Well, let's see. Using all their experience, Catalan are gone at this stage. They're out of it. They're mentally back in the changing rooms, mentally in Canada Plage. They're not here, but Hull FC are. And let me tell you, the experience at Hardaker and Briscoe peeled the Catalan defence open. So easy. Solid performance from Hull FC.
It was a close call for the Betfred player of the match between Will Price and David Litton. But the man who is our player of the match, is chosen by John Wilkin, is the Hull FC centre, David Litton. Here he is with his medal. Davey, what a fantastic performance and another fantastic victory for you.
Yeah, definitely, mate. We've been striving for that 80-minute performance, and I think that was the closest thing we're going to get to it. Couldn't pick one person, 17 men, 17 blokes out there ripping in for each other. Yeah, it's a great win away from home, and now we've got a bit of a week off now to rest, recover, and straight into Castleford.
Fantastic turnaround this year. That's back up to 5th in Super League, but seven away wins in Super League. What's been the difference?
I'd say them lot over there, they're the best fans in the league, and the supporters like through thick and thin. Last year wasn't ideal, but we've got a really good group now this year, and we can do special things, and that's because of them lot over there. So yeah, we can't appreciate them enough, and yeah, we can't wait to see them back at home. Come Castleford.
Thanks, Davey. Great performance.
Thank you. Cheers, guys. See you soon.
Yeah, look at that. The celebrations for LFC. Well, they can't start until David Litton gets there. I think that's what they were saying. That's why we let him go a little bit early. Here he is. There he goes. He was been brilliant though, hasn't he? There it is. There's the celebration.
But that's what I love about the young players at Hull FC at the minute. You know, if you want to talk about young guys enjoying a part of their career, you look at David Litton's attitude and commitment, his desire to help his teammates out, chase everything. The kid chases everything, dead ends, and he gets a try just from that willingness to chase. Fantastic.
Well, as you can see, we're joined by the Hull FC coach John Cartwright. You can manage a smile, John. That was some performance.
Yeah, it was nice. keep our scoreline from being crossed. I think it was really, I don't know if it come across on the coverage, but the first half was really, really warm conditions. And obviously our boys not overly used to it. I don't know what the temperature was, but it was probably well over 30 degrees. And they had to work pretty hard. They threw defensively. I thought they really covered us hard. Catalans have got a lot of injuries, and just to grind through, wear them down, and come up with some tries and be able to be a little bit comfortable up in the stand was nice.
So tell us then, what's the magic formula? What have you done to change things and turn things around?
Oh, look, mate, there's a million things. Recruitment was a big one. New ownership coming in has been a massive one. New staff that have come in. It's been, to where we are. I think we're at the halfway mark, so probably got a pass mark at the moment. But, I suppose the thing I'm most pleased about is that no one's comfortable with where we are now. They went through a hell of a lot last year. Got a week off now, so we can sort of reassess a little bit, nurse a few injuries, and we've got a home game against Cass on the Friday night. So we'll relax for a couple of days, and then we'll get back into it next week and look forward to it. A home game on a Friday night. Really looking forward to it.
Just a word on the player of the match, Davy Litton, and you young guys in that team. How proud are you at how hard they're competing right now?
Yeah, look, you can't teach that. You'll have to take credit for it. That's something that's he's born with. He's a joy to have around, Davey. I probably say it too often because you've got to keep him in check. He's a pretty excitable young man, but he's full of energy. He can take criticism. He encourages his teammates, and he does the hard work. He's out. Everyone was out on their feet there at certain stages, but he was always around the ball. And I think I heard you say, he chased to kick to score a try, which he really deserved.
Final question, John. We talked about the magic formula. You've won 7 away games in Super League, which is astonishing. You've now just got to find a way to win at home.
Yeah, it's not something we're reading a hell of a lot into. I think our home games have been Wigan and KR, and we had a draw against Lee, an unlucky one. So we won't be reading into any sort of hoodoos. Hopefully, the injuries are really starting to bite. I thought there was we just looked a little bit clunky with the ball today, but we've had a week without Johnny. We'll have a couple of weeks training, and hopefully we're a little bit better for Cass.
Thanks, John. Great performance.
Good on you guys. Thank you.
Well, there you go. He's enjoying himself, isn't he? The background player of the match, David Litton. Joe Tompkins, by the way, is still in the dressing room talking to his players, and we'll hang on in the hope that we'll be able to speak to him before we go off air. But everything that's been wrong with Hull FC over the last year or two, you look at everything that's going right and is right at the club in 2025, and I go back to what I was saying before, John, about evolution rather than revolution. They're 5th in the table. If they carry on in this guise, then a top 6 place is well within their grasp.
But it has been revolution in some ways, Stu, hasn't it, in terms of the playing staff? Because they brought in Asiata, Hardacre, Caesar, all of the big names, even Herman SAS has just kicked on again, Liam Knight, Ed Chamberlain. So I know what you're saying is it's not revolution, but it has been off the back of Andrew Thurkel's investment. Will Price, another one. They brought in a whole host of new players, and then they brought in a new coach who's had such a calming, guiding hand. It's the combination of those things. So it's been a dramatic rise from where they're at. The difference and the challenge is to get from where they are, which is 4th, 5th, 6th in the competition, from there to get into the top 3 or 4. There's the challenge, because once you start trying to crack that top 3 or 4, it becomes incredibly difficult. Like Richie Milo on the Bench podcast, we mentioned it's another 2, maybe 3 recruitment cycles for Hull FC to be challenging for silverware, and that's about an 18-month period. 2 more cycles of recruitment, and that squad might be in a great place for them. On the flip side to that, as you said, the Catalans, some soul searching to be done.
Well, there you go. Hull
LFC coming out winners by 34 points to nil. It's been a tough day at the office for you, Joel. Once more.
Yeah, it certainly has. I think this feels like rock bottom for us, to be honest, Stuart. I think hopefully it is. Anyway, really poor tonight. Really, really poor. We just shot ourselves in the foot in the first half with too many errors, too many penalties. The story of our season. We get into a little bit of an arm wrestle, a little bit of a grind, and we seem to be the first team that cracks every time. So we'll be doing some work next week, that's for sure. And like I said, this needs to be rock bottom for us, because we need to start climbing out of this hole that we found ourselves in.
Big disappointment, I guess, for you would be when we spoke yesterday that you trained really well and you felt that the guys were responding and the group were coming together.
I'm shocked at the performance, I'll be honest with you. I thought we had a good week. We made some steps in the right direction. We got some players back. And it's a reality check, you know. It doesn't matter how well you train in the week. You're judged on your results on the weekend, and we're finding that out the hard way. So, like I said, we'll work hard next week, but it'll count for nothing unless we turn up against Hull KR the week after Wembley and go and do a job.
Yeah, I mean, you got a couple of weeks now to try and get things right, haven't you? And I say, who be a coach? Who be an interim coach?
Yeah, it's tough. You know, baptism of fire. You said last week, and I suppose this week's just been an extension of that. But in all honesty, I'm relishing the challenge, and I look forward to the rest of the season. As I've already said a couple of times, hopefully this is rock bottom and we can climb our way out, and we can look back on this at the end of the season and be proud of our efforts to claw our way out of this situation. And I'll be doing everything I can to help the players do that.
Joel, thanks for coming out to talk to us.
Cheers, mate.
Honesty.
Oh yeah, he knows. Joel's he's an international dual code player. He knows the standards required to get to the top. But that rounds off a weekend of results, doesn't it, for us? Yeah. Started on Thursday with Lee just scraping through, didn't he? Against Huddersfield. And
it's been a cracking round, hasn't it?
Yeah.
How good the Hull KR?
Yeah, stand out for me, Hull KR's performance. You know, Castleford, really pushed Warrington. Obviously, Wigan 2 did for Salford there. Two big results here in terms of that top six, hasn't it, today? So Leeds and Wakefield, obviously Leeds coming out on top, and then Hull FC comprehensive here. So they push themselves up into that top six.
Yeah, that's the table as it stands at the moment. Hull KR and Wigan too good for the rest as it stands. Leeds on a terrific run up to third. Hull FC go fifth with their seventh away win of the season. Wakefield just pushed out of the sixth as it stands, and Catalan remain in ninth spot in the Betfred Super League table. This is what's coming up in round 14. In a couple of weeks' time, of course, the Challenge Cup final next weekend between Hull KR and Warrington on Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. Will it be unlucky for Hull KR, Castleford and Catalan? Hull against Cass, Hull KR against the Dragons. Two games on Saturday, Super Saturday. Huddersfield taking on Wigan at 3 o'clock, followed by Leeds against Warrington. And on Sunday the 15th of June, two more games. Wakefield facing Lee on the air at 2:30, followed by Salford against Saints. Enjoyed our coverage from the Stab Shield Bear Brutus this afternoon. The Catalan Dragons, well, the fire has gone out. A third consecutive game where they've been nilled. The Hull FC, a seventh away win of the season. They go fifth in the table. And watch out for Hull FC for the rest of this year. A terrific evening at the Stab Shield Bear Brutus for John Cartwright and his troops. From John Wilkin and from me, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Goodbye.
Sky Sports Plus.